Okay. All right, so looking at this. 3 minus 5?
No, that's good.
What is 3 minus 5?
Negative
2 squared plus negative 7 minus 5.
Negative 12.
Negative 12 squared. All right. Negative times the negative is still a positive. That's why I don't necessarily care too much about the negatives inside these parentheses because you're squaring them anyway, right? So that would be a positive 4 plus 144, right?
What? Oh.
Because 12 times 12 is 144. Okay? Therefore, we have the square root of 148. Okay? So, Christmas tree time. Yay! 148. And you ask yourself, okay, obviously 1 and 148, 2 and what?
74.
74. 2 and 74. Does 3 go into 148?
No.
No.
Naturally. No.
Nothing goes. You're right.
No, it might. Wait.
What about 4?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
4 goes into 100, so therefore 4 goes into 148. 4 goes into 148 how many times?
Oh, yeah.
4 goes into 125 times. So 4 goes in
So 37.
37. Good job. 4 times 37.
I had to think about that.
It's okay. It's okay. What up here is a perfect square?
None.
Which of these 6 digits is a perfect square?
4.
Say it louder.
4?
Yes, it is. Because the square root of 4 is
Ah.
4 is a perfect square. Okay? So 4 is a perfect square. So therefore, and that's what you were, when simplifying radicals, that's the main question you ask. Which of these is a perfect square? Okay? And that 4 is. So, Christmas tree. Square root of 4 times the square root of 37.
Oh.
Is there any way that we can simplify that 37?
No.
No, not at all. But we can simplify this 4, right?
Yeah.
What's the square root of 4?
2.
2. Circle it.
Oh.
Can we simplify the 37?
No.
No, so we're going to put a box around it. Okay?
So the answer is 2?
No.
So the answer is 2 square root of 37.
Oh.
Ah.
Okay?
Oh, that makes sense.
Good? Is everybody understanding?
No.
Okay.
Said
No,
no.
so the 2 square root of 37 means that it's the square root of 37 times 2.
Yes.
So the 2 square root of 37 was that 37. The square root of 37 times 2 is the answer.
Mm-hmm. The 2 is, here's what happened. Here's what we just did, all right? We separated this. This is similar to that of you doing the square root of, I don't know, 12, and that's equal to that of the square root of 4 times the square root of 3, right? Right? Square root of 12 is equal to that of the square root of 4 times the square root of 3. Okay? Pretty much long story short, square root of 12 is equal to the square root of 4 times 3, right? Yeah, so that's equal to the square root of 4 times the square root of 3, okay? You follow it? Okay? So naturally, if we were to break this down, the square root of 148 is also equal to the square root of 4 times the square root of 37. And you know for a fact that the square root of 4 is a perfect square because the square root of 4 is
Wait, how do you
2.
know if it's a perfect square?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Because of all of these perfect squares right here. Square root of 1, square root of 4, square root of 25, square root of 64, square root of 16 is equal to what?
16 is 4.
4. Square root of,
That makes sense.
what am I doing? I said 81 before. You already know that's 9. Square root of 49 is 7. You know what I'm saying? Square root of 36 is equal to 6.
124.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have all of these square roots. And if any of these go into any of these numbers, then you're able to plug it in and find that one number that you can simplify down and take it outside of your square root, okay? This is why the 2 is on the outside of the square root, because this is simplified down. It's already rooted, you know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then we could just keep the 4 on the inside of the square root right there, okay? What's up?
So, what happens if the larger number, it keeps going and you keep having 2s? You have to add them up, right?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, okay.
So, here's the thought. Our answer is 2 square root of 37, right? So, what she just asked, what if you do not know, what if you can't go past the 2? You be like, man, I don't know any of these numbers that goes into it, but hey, it's an even number, so let me just continuously cut it in half, okay? So, we have the square root of 2 times the square root of 74, right?
Yeah.
Well, the square root of 2 right there, that stays right there. But this is another even number, so let's split that in half. Square root of 2 times the square root of 37, right? Because 74 and 37, right?
Yes.
So naturally, you have this one, and this one, right? All at the end.
Wait,
So naturally, you'll have the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 times the square root of 37, right? So on and so forth, because you have these.
Oh.
You see how you couldn't simplify this one, so you put a box around it.
Yeah.
And you just simplify that one, and you can't go any further than this, right? So you just put a box around them, right? So, and you're looking at this, you be like, oh, okay, well, obviously these two multiplied together equals 74, but also, order of operations, people, okay? Order of operations. Solve from left to right. You know for a fact that square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is equal to square root of 4. So we got the square root of 4 times the square root of 37, which obviously you already know will be equal to 2 square root of 37, okay? So if you so choose, I mean, it's a little bit longer. It is a little bit longer, but it still gets you there, okay? So long story short, I kind of feel as though a couple of y'all might have some issues with simplifying radicals, but as long as you just keep doing it, the process is very, very repetitive. It is repetitive. You will be repeating this process over and over again, okay? What will help is if you write down your perfect squares, okay? If you write down your perfect squares, and I'm talking not in the form of how I wrote them down like this, but I'm talking like literally you have 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, 5 squared, 6 squared, 7 squared, 8 squared, 9 squared, 10 squared. Okay? Got 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 81, not 81, sorry, 64, 81, and 100, right? And then you have the flip side, which is 1, square root of 1 is 1, square root of 4 is 2, square root of 9 is 3, square root of 16 is 4, square root of 25 is 5, square root of 36 is 6, square root of 49 is 7, square root of 64 is 8, square root of 81 is 9, the square root of 100 is 10, okay? So, if you know this, if you just focus on this, you'll be able to just finally just look at it and be like, okay, well, I don't know which numbers go into this, so let me just keep dividing by 2. Oh, snap. And you get down to right here, you'd be like 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. Oh, wow. Well, square root of 16 is
4.
So I know for a fact that my ending result will be 4 square root of whatever number that's on the inside of the square root. You know? That's about it. That's pretty simple. So try your luck. Take your time. I will be giving out more pages, more papers. I'll print off. I'll most likely give y'all's the paper of what y'all's quiz will look like this Thursday, tomorrow. That means I will be including the slope onto this. But like I said, just take your time with it. All right.